Duke basketball put their expected starting center under the spotlight yesterday a little bit. Big year loading for Big Pat at Pat Ngongba. And we got a minute long video, kind of one of those things Purdue basketball's been doing this summer, where it's basically an interview with Big Pat interspersed with clips of him in summer workouts, in practice, on the court, making basketball plays, pulling tires. Just really a good isolated look at what to expect from Duke's potential starting center. I think this is the most spotlight that we've put on Big Pat at any point. There's a lot of players to spotlight, and this is kind of the moment to recognize what Big Pat could be for Duke this season. What are your thoughts?
Did you notice who else was in this video though?
Thought there were a couple cameos, but who are you going to say?
Did you see the first cameo?
Who?
Bastion Wilkins.
Oh, yeah.
You know that little gimmick on Twitter where everyone's like, "Oh my God, Shea's already at the free throw line." Now that's for Duke basketball. That's oh my God, there's Wilkins. He's got to make his way into the video. But no, I think that obviously last season, given who was in the front court and Big Pat kind of not having a summer because he was injured, he was a little bit behind the eight ball. But let's not get anything twisted. Big Pat was a 5 star. He was a 5 star when he came in. He's a highly recruited kid. A kid that does have a really, really solid skill set that I don't feel like he gets credit for. And even in the clips that you see from practice and things such as that, and like the scrimmage that they had, and even some chatter from around the actual people around the team, it's that Big Pat is going to have a really good year for Duke because he can do some things that maybe he's not man, but maybe he can do a little bit more as far as creation, like dribble handoff stuff, catching at the top of the key. I think that, last year he was a massive energy guy. Like I feel like anything he did really gave this team a boost, energy and like, kind of just morale wise with how the team operated. I feel like even the fans fed off when Big Pat did something. So I do think he's poised for a really big sophomore year.
Yeah, you watch any footage of Pat, and there is some good on-court stuff here. It's also just a lot of like workout, like in the weight room, the doing the tire exercise thing I was talking about. But I don't know. The on-court clips are what excite me most, obviously. We got him catching, shooting a three. Form looks really good, looks smooth. He intrigues me because I don't know a lot about Big Pat. I gotta be honest. Like I know he was highly rated, but I feel like we just saw so little of him last year that I flat out don't know what he's capable of.
Yeah.
Um,
You also saw a little of him in like he was injured his senior year of high school.
yeah, he's a mystery to me. And I feel like more so than maybe any other projected starter on like a top 10 team. I'm intrigued based on what I've seen this summer versus what my expectations are. My expectations are just like, he's the next Duke center. He'll catch and finish and be big. There's been a lot of skill stuff kind of put on display with him. Like he is on the perimeter, he's passing, he's handling the ball. Even just a quick little moment of this in the interview portion, he's like spinning the ball on his finger. And I get like every basketball player is supposed to be able to do that, but I promise you, not all 6'11 dudes can. Like, he just strikes me as a guy that has some skill based upside that Shire might use and feature in a way that nobody expects here. So, like, we got passing clips in this. I mentioned the three he hit. He's doing stuff off the dribble. He can also do traditional big things like, there's a tip slam in here, catch and finish in the paint. But to me, there's some excitement and some versatility in what he has shown this summer that makes him the most intriguing piece for Duke to me.
So you remember that night where I drove from Albion at like 3 in the morning to East Lansing to listen to Drake and drink a bunch with you?
You drove at like 11, but you're doing the me thing where we change stories and make them sound more extreme. So yeah, I remember that.
But we ended up staying up to like what, the wee hours of the night.
I don't think we slept. I think we literally just stayed awake the whole night. Yeah.
Exactly. And by the end of that, I was saying insane things. Like by 4 a.m., I was spitting out all types of takes. If I did that right now, pulled up to your address, and we stayed up super, super late, by 5:17 a.m., I'd be like, Greg, and you'd be like, what? And you're like, are you listening? And you're like, what? And I'd be like, are you listening? And you'd be like, Carter, what? I would be like, is there a world where we could squint or drink one more beer and be like Pat Ngongba could be like a very, very poor man's Brotherhood LinkedIn Premium Derek Queen?
I love the take, first of all. I also love that you can just pretend we're at a sleepover. That's all this is. Like, do you want to have a sleepover and talk about Pat Ngongba?
That's funny.
I do, for the record. I really do. Yeah, no, I could see it, Cart. I could see it. The problem is, I mean, put actual Derek Queen on Duke this season. What do you think his numbers look like?
Derek Queen.
Actual Derek Queen on Duke.
Oh, like well, they win it all. He's National Player of the Year.
Bah! My point was going to be he doesn't look the way he looked in Maryland because he would be asked to do a lot less.
Oh, because Boozer.
Boozer and a lot of other, like, think of all this team has. I mean, Derek Queen, don't get me wrong, he was great. Respectfully, who was Selton Miguel? There's no Selton Miguel's on Duke,
Here,
man.
crab five.
There is no Selton Miguel's on Duke. Zero Selton Miguel's on Duke.
Some Miguel gets a bad rap around here, man.
He's Selton Miguel card.
That's once again, good guy, good player.
Julian Reese wouldn't even be let in the facility at Duke. Like, come on.
Okay, okay now I don't like this exercise anymore.
Now flip it though, put Pat Ngongba on Villanova under Kevin Willard, and then I do think he looks Derek Queenie.
Oh man, I didn't expect this to go this way. Now I'm a little bit upset that I did this.
Yeah,
What have I
fun thought
done?
process.
What have I
I
done?
have a thing for you, and you are an expert in this field, so I'm excited to see where you go. Why are you making a face at me?
Because you just said you got a thing for me.
I do. I have a thing for you.
Like how?
I have a thing.
Okay.
Where do we draw the cut line at calling people big blank?
I'm of the belief that it's developed over time. So back in my younger days, I was, at being the 6'7" male that I am, I earned, big fella, big cart. Like that stuck with me. It also kind of stuck with me to this point because I am a bigger gentleman as far as weight wise as well. In today's day and age, I think the cutoff is if you're above 6'9", 6'9" or up, and 255 pounds and up, you can be big.
Okay, so he's listed at 6'11", 250. Based on these clips, I think he's 6'9", 230. I propose that are not calling this man Big Pat.
What?
He's not all that big. He's just not. Like, even comparing him to Derek Queen card, he's not a physically imposing center at all. He might be taller than Caleb Foster, but like this is the least physically
He might
imposing.
be taller than Caleb Foster. Is
This
that what
is the least physically imposing Duke center that I think is going to start at the five for them in like 5 or 6 years.
didn't Ryan Young start for them?
Maybe like on senior day or something. I don't know. But like, again, I'm not trying to say this is going to affect him in any way. You watched this entire video. Why are we calling this guy Big Pat? He's just Pat. He's medium Pat. Like,
Medium Pat's
he's
crazy.
not all that big, man. He's certainly not big outwardly.
How you
If we're
gonna,
just calling every 6'11" guy big, then fine. But like, he's not big.
well, I'm saying he meets the threshold though.
You said the threshold's 255.
Yeah, or 6'9" or up.
So anyone 6'9" or up can just be called big blank. So big Coop, big Boozer. Let's
Yeah,
just call every single Duke wing big something since
yeah,
they're all big.
Big Cam.
I don't think he should be Big Pat. I think he's just Pat.
You can't just respectfully, you can't just be caught. You need honestly the big in this case is doing work for the fact that his name's Patrick.
Sure.
Like, are we like my matchup tonight is Patrick?
Call him Trick.
That would work.
Call him.
Trick or
Yeah.
Big Pat.
I'm good with Trick. I'm also good with the Gong Show. I like the Gong Show.
Let's work on that.
I might get a physical gong.
Is that like the big ass symbol?
Yeah. Gong.
Um,
Yeah.
respect to Big Ben. Big Ben. Big
Big
Pat. Big
respect to
Pat is Ben Wallace.
respect. Oh, Big Ben. I thought you were saying Big Ben Roethlisberger, which
No
was
respect to Mr. Roethlisberger.
yeah. Honestly, all he ever needed was Michael Saravino, and his career would have gone a lot different.
Let's end this.
Oh, there were other things, weren't there?
Oh, there were other
He
things.
needed a lot more than Saravino.
He needed a lot more than a sober driver.